Let's move our attention to videos. We just have one video project. So if I click on that, I will see no classes, no tags, and the videos looks like this. Let me quickly play them, and probably I will turn off the sound here. So on one video we see cars, on the other video we see cows, and on the last video we see teenagers. And first thing I would like to show is how we could use here interactive models. And the first model we have already seen. So let me navigate to the very first frame here. We have already seen Smart Tool, we have seen two inference interfaces, and that would be just yet another inference interface on top of Smart Tool. So let me define a class person, and probably I will pick some bright color here, maybe this one. And what I can do, I can use Smart Tool in approximately the same way as I used it when I showed you the Smart Tool in image labeling interface, but I will enable like a clone figure on option here that will allow me to do the following. Probably I may want to be a bit more precise here. So let's see. I will just put two more dots. And here, if I press right arrow, what happens is that I go to the next frame, and the predictions for the Smart Tool recalculated each time I move to the next frame. And I may move the box from time to time if I want to, if object is moving. So. And you see that just by pressing right arrow, I can and moving the box a bit, I may get masks for subsequent frames here. Let me actually show the result. So what we have created is just one object, and this object now contains of 6 figures. So that way might be quite fast to label objects with masks if the objects are not moving too fast. Okay, the next thing that I would like to show is tracking. Let me deselect this object and maybe move to the next video, say this one. And tracking works like that. So interactive tracking in this case. So let me define a class called cow here. And what I will do, I will probably just label, say, several cows. So let it be the first one. Let me probably label, say, this one, because I can clearly see it. And probably this might be the third one. So I have these 3 objects, and what I could do, I could select them all and rely on this app trans t that we previously ran to propagate these boxes further. So it will work like this. So the model will try to take this the annotations on this frame and propagate them into subsequent frames, so that I don't have to label these boxes every time. And probably I have to disable this figure clone option. And you see what's going on here. We just propagated these boxes into next 10 frames. And let me probably show you approximately the same procedure here. So I may try to label several cars. So probably I have to create a new object here, a new class. Let's call it car class. Let's also be rectangle. Maybe I will pick slightly different shape here, color. Sorry, here maybe the green will do. And let me try to label just several cars to see how the procedure will work here. So I will label the first car like this, say the second one like this, and maybe I don't know, maybe this third one like this, and probably let's try to label the bus also. Okay, so we have labeled these objects. I can select them all and try to propagate either forward or backward. I can pick the direction. Let's see how this model will perform. So this is like class agnostic checking algorithm. So it shouldn't be that sensitive to various classes. But let's see how it will perform. Okay, so it generated to us annotations, and we see that it's actually working quite good, and we can proceed this thing. So we can select those objects again and check again and propagate these annotations further and further with this kind of interactive approach. So let's wait until it process all the boxes here and just quickly check the results. So yeah, that's what we have obtained. Looks good. Okay, the next thing that I would like to do is to rely on the models that we used for images on detection, and one detection model and one instance segmentation model, and to process these videos all at once. What I would like to do next is to take a detection model that we used for images and apply it to process all these videos in this project. So I have removed all the annotations that we previously put. So let me go back on the project level and run an app called Apply Neural Network to Video Project. And let me probably run this app on the same machine where I deployed those detection and instance segmentation model. Let me run this app. Okay, the app is ready. Let me open it. Okay, I select this project and let me connect to the detection model first. So we will see. I will select all the classes here, and then I may play with the parameters, and maybe I will just give it a name. Let me just point out that it's a detection model, and I can also preview, which is usually a good thing to do. So it will take a couple of seconds to generate this preview. It will take 30 frames and process them and visualize the results. So here is the video that was generated. At least we see that the cars that are closed to the camera are labeled in quite a good way, and the model has problem with these cars that are further away. Okay, and let's just apply the settings and just apply this model to all the videos that we have in the project. It might take a couple of minutes to, this processing might take a couple of minutes, so I will be back when it's over. Okay, I'm back and we have project after labeled. Let's open it and examine the results that the model produced. Okay, let's start, say, with this car recognition here, and we see that actually the cars that are relatively nearby are recognized quite good, and you also probably see that can notice that these identifiers do not change. So it actually means that we solve detection and checking task at the same time. So this recognition results relatively good. Okay, probably let's move on to the next video. And here you can also see that everything is more or less good, and also in most cases the identifiers of the objects are preserved. So let's move on to the the last video here, and we see that teenagers are actually also recognized quite precisely. Colleagues, let me take one step further and show you how we can convert those tracklets that we have generated for persons, cars and cows into masks. So this is a project that was after labeled that we have generated, and let me run Batch Smart Tool for Videos app, and I will just run it on the main node. So this app will allow me to take tracklets and convert selected tracklets into masks. Let me show how to do that. Let's open this app. It might take a bit of time to load. Okay, let's connect to the Smart Tool, and probably we will not work with cars. I would like to pick another class here called person, and I can navigate over different tracklets here. So we have 3 teenagers, and probably let's label the person who was in the middle, and I will put some padding here, and then I may use this Batch Smart Tool in a very similar fashion that I used it for images. Again, we may put one or more green points. The points are synchronized, and then I may click Update Masks here to obtain masks for all the detections of this person. I can see actually that minor mistake is here. I can unlink and probably put one more green dot here to make adjustment, and I may click next button here and actually do similar operation, put dot update mask. And that's a way how we can convert detections for object for specific person in this case into masks annotation. Let me just do a couple of more examples here and show how the final result looks like. Okay, let's update the mask for all the detections here. Yeah, again, if we see some that something is not that precise, we can probably unlink and put a dot to adjust just last one. Okay, just let's do this last one. And since the position of the person is not changing much, we might be quite efficient in obtaining mask in this kind of fashion. So let me probably just close this app, go to projects, and we should see like a new project generated with the video that we labeled. So we labeled the object on this video, and we see that for some number of frames we generated the mask with this Batch Smart Tool for video. I would like to do one more thing. I would like to take instance segmentation model that we used for images and apply it to process all the videos that we have. And I hope to obtain precise masks as a result. I would like to do one final operation with this video project. Let me first make sure that there are no classes and tags, so the project is empty. And what I want is to take this instance segmentation model that we used for images and apply it to process all the videos that we have in this project. And to achieve that, what we can do, we can just run from neural network section here, from neural network menu, apply neural network to video project app. And let me probably run this app on the same machine where I have the model, instance segmentation model deployed. So let me run this one. So the app is ready, let's open it. Again, let's select this project. And this time we will use this model from Detectron 2, this instance segmentation model. Let's connect to that. Let's actually pick all the classes again. Let's select those classes. Let me define the name, so I will put the indication that it's instance segmentation. Probably I will skip the preview step and just apply the settings here and click apply neural network to video project button. So the model is heavy and it will take probably 5 or 10 minutes for all these videos to be processed with the model. And when the app completes computations, I will be back. So the processing is completed and we have this new project created. Let's open it and see the results that we automatically obtained. So probably let me go to the very first frame, and you see that the results looks good. And I think that this model tries to get the cars that are even further away. So let me just click on more or less random places here to show that the results are actually quite nice. Okay, let's probably take a look at another video. Yeah, here everything is more or less good, and I could probably hide this object identifier so that we could better see the results. Yeah. Okay, and what about cows? So it seems that cows are also fine. So if I click through this video, I see that quite a number of cows are found correctly, though not all the cows are identified ideally. And what about teenagers? So let's see. Let me probably enable this object ID. So we see that teenagers are actually identified quite precisely. Yeah. So let me stop here. And make some final comments on these examples.